Welcome to Manny's TV Talk, where we will talk about all of our favorite reality TV shows and news surrounding them. Grab a snack, a drink, and get comfortable because this starts now. Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the Married to Medicine Season 10 Reunion Part 2. Let's talk about this because I am disgusted.
Why do you have to keep bringing it up?
Because the sweet tea is brewing.
I'm not upset with you. Why say anything about me on social media? Move on!
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys why I was so disappointed after watching this second part of the reunion. Let's get started. So, we started the episode with Quad talking to Jackie as they go to break. Quad is crying and asking Jackie, "Did you really think I would do that to you, Jackie?" So just a quick reminder, that clip of Jackie bashing black women when they go to the doctor resurfaced, and they thought Quad could have had something to do with it. So Quad says, "I would never do that to you. You know I wouldn't." So Jackie says, "That's the problem. We're not connected like that, Quad. I don't know what happens in Quad's life. I'd rather lose a friend than lose myself." Jackie says that Quad is out in the gram, having fun, having the time of her life, and that's good and all, but she asks Quad, when I text you, how long does it take you to text me back? Or to call me back? And Quad says, "Yeah, well, I am pretty bad at that." And Jackie says, "I don't feel important in your life." And Quad says, "Well, we can work on it." So they hug, and they say that they will do better. Listen here. The problem that I've noticed with Bravo fans, celebrities, and just entertainment, right? So people have their favorites, and I get it, okay? I have my favorites too, but it looks like a lot of the times with these fans, they will have a favorite, and then it's almost as if that favorite can do absolutely no wrong. And that's not the reality. I say that to say that last week I was all for Quad. I was like, Quad was the star of the show. She how dare they pin this video onto her. But friendships are supposed to be reciprocal. If Jackie is saying, "I don't feel important," because I saw some people online that were like, "It's not Quad's job to make her feel important." Yes, the hell it is. If this is a friendship between Quad and Jackie, then yeah, it is important for both of them to make each other feel like they're important. What the hell, That's why it's called a friendship. Quad then goes into Simone's dressing room and says that they were doing so well when Simone had reached out to her after the tragedy, but she admits that the progress kind of got backtracked once they rewatched the show because Quad, when she was seeing it back, she got angry, she was mad, she was hurt, and she was saddened, but she wants to restart. So she apologizes again. Simone says, "I receive it," and they hug it out. Man, you see, this is why last week I told y'all to calm down. When Simone brought up the incident with Quad's niece, y'all were getting ready to burn her at the stake for her delivery. But here is Quad, after that happened, apologizing and hugging her and basically begging back her friendship. And I was like, not y'all being more mad at than Quad was. You see how this is? I mean, child, this is ridiculous. It was Quad and the apology tour, and she was trying to make up with them real quick.
Another one, thank you.
Anyway, we see the guys make their way into the building, then they come back out, and Andy says that there was a meeting of the minds with Quad, Jackie, and Simone. Toya says that she's glad that Quad can apologize and recognize that she has been acknowledging that she actually does care about them. Listen here, I don't know if if Quad is realizing that she cares about them, or if she's realizing that, oh damn, they kicked me out the trip. This is serious. If they don't want me here, they're gonna get rid of me. So I might as well, make up with them. That's what I think happened. But the next segment that they watch is Sweet Tea's season package. And I love Sweet Tea. She's a breath of fresh air. I've been saying that for a while now. So after seeing those scenes, Andy asks her about her health. She says that she's doing well after the surgery. That went well. She's not considered infertile yet. She has to wait a year. And if she cannot conceive, then that's when, there will be problems. But Greg has been very supportive. Then they talk about Quad, who in a Watch What Happens Live appearance, she said that Sweet Tea bought fake clothes from an African man at the parking lot. Quad says, "Well, it went past my desk. Heavenly told me that." And Heavenly said, "Yeah, T told me that." And T's like, "No, I didn't. But y'all, we're talking about me." Sweet Tea says to them, and Andy says, "Quad, well, you did you said that her fashion was jivvy." And Sweet Tea says she doesn't know me. And Quad, oh my god, she is so bitter. She says, "Well, I have a nice pair of eyes. I can see pretty well." So she's doubling down on this. And Sweet Tea says, "Well, why are you checking for me? Why even say anything at all?" And Quad says, "I don't talk about you." And Sweet Tea says, you do talk about me on social media. You've made fun of my voice. You keep talking about Gregory. Why say anything about me on social media? And Quad is just saying, bring it down. And then Andy grabs a brownie from the table as they're fighting. I wanted to slap that right out of his freaking hands so bad. But Sweet Tea says to Quad, move on. And I agree with that. Move the hell on, Quad. When you first found out that Greg was in a new relationship, he was up in that live talking about that's gonna be so lovely and you're so happy for them. And here you are shading Sweet. You shaded her. You consistently shaded her on social media for no freaking reason. And I can understand, I'm not dumb. This is your ex-husband's new wife. I could see maybe a little dig here and there or like some fun shade. But you and Heavenly went on a press tour week after week talking about this woman. Y'all were bullying her. That's not freaking okay. So Toya asks, why did you say that she doesn't fit in with the group, Quad? And Quad says, well, a lot of people think that. And Heavenly, she agreed with that. Although Phaedra said that she does think that Sweet Tea fits in. So Andy says to Toya, well, Toya, if Eugene got married again and his wife came on to the show, you would be mad. And Toya says, well, no, I love the show. I'm an advocate, and that would be great drama, and I would have a new hot husband behind me. Oh my god, Toya is a mess. So, Sweet Tea says that when she came onto the show, she thought she would be greeted with open arms, because remember, she was invited to come on. Heavenly is the one who was begging her to come onto the show, so she felt a change after the bachelorette party because she did find out through her maid of honor that Heavenly was talking so much mess, and it didn't sound like she was concerned. It sounded like she was saying it in a bad way, and that's why she uninvited her from the wedding. So Andy mentions that Heavenly also called Dr. G older than dirt, even though he's only 2 years older than Heavenly. So on the topic of Heavenly, they touch on Sweet Tea, who said that Heavenly told her that she believed Mariah when she accused Damon of cheating. So meanwhile, in the dressing room, the men are watching, right? And Damon turns over to Greg and says, I've known you for 10 years. If you think I'm cheating, then say it. Greg is just there sitting there like, I don't know what you do, man. Meanwhile, Curtis and Cecile, Dumb and Dumber, they were saying, it's a yes or no. Just answer the question. I was just sitting there like, shut the hell up. How in the world is Greg supposed to know what Damon does on his personal life? But Greg says, no, I don't think so. And I think that was probably the smartest thing because we have heard that they have a good working connection. So, but that was just so stupid. And Damon looked like he was getting ready to punch him. And I was just thinking, ooh, you a little defensive there. But Sweet Tea says to Heavenly that, Heavenly has been talking about her marriage, her weight, her endometriosis. So here comes Heavenly trying to play the good Christian woman, saying that she was worried about Greg controlling her, because she has a daughter. And she says, she wanted to give Sweet Tea a good plan B in case something went wrong so she can know how to handle her money and go to Dr. Heavenly University. Okay, is that like Trump University? But anyway, and you know what? I'll give Heavenly the benefit of the doubt. Maybe that's true. Maybe she did want to lead Sweet Tea to have a good head up her shoulders. But then Sweet Tea says, I do have a question for you. She says, why did you go on social media and say that I lied about my endometriosis? And Heavenly says, well, I was asked a question and I said that I personally would have researched it myself and told the doctor what to do. She says that she would have known much earlier. And Sweet Tea's like, about my condition? And then Heavenly's like, no, I'm talking about myself. Can you hear me? Or do you want an emotion because you're about to get one? Damn, Heavenly, calm down. And then Jackie does mention something about endometriosis, but I am mad that they allowed Heavenly to say that she would have known about this diagnosis herself when she's sitting next to two doctors on a show called Married to Medicine. And Sweet Tea asks, so again, why would you go on your social media to talk about my condition? And Heavenly says, bitch, I was answering a question. Wow. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting that a conversation like this is being had on a show called Married to Medicine with doctors. Unacceptable. And it is dangerous. Okay, I've heard stories of women who, how is a woman supposed to know if she has endometriosis or if she has fibroids? That's the dumbest thing ever. And for Jackie and Simone to just sit there like if that was okay, trash.
You full of That's what you are. You full of
Dr. Alicia comes out then. She looked great. She says that her experience was like working at a psych ward. That's crazy. So they did talk about the group being really happy when Quad left the Napa trip. So then a bunch of questions came in for Alicia. For example, there was one that said, how was it the first time that Kemma was alone with the kids? How did he get away with this for so long? Alicia says, I'm a mother. Okay, it's not that he got away with it. I take care of my kids because I'm a mother. Period. Then another question asked Alicia. So Alicia does everything. She cooks, she cleans, she works. What does Kemma do other than pass judgment on American women? And Alicia responds saying, well, it sounds like you're passing judgments on my husband in marriage. Come on, Alicia. Come on. Put Andy in his place. So Alicia says that Kemma believes what he believes in, and that's it. But as far as the Napa trip, Toya says that she was very excited. They talk about how Heavenly has made comments about Toya, who doesn't work and is lazy. Toya says that she's not lazy. Then they watch a throwback of the kids when they were young, and Simone, she does check Andy on a shady question about the 1 free year rent. They joke. Also, they talked about Toya and her kids because her kids are a little fast. Like, they joke about her having vibrators and stuff, but Toya and Eugene are more open. And I think in a way it's better to just be open than for them to have to hide stuff. Quad says that it is so true that one time when a long time ago when Quad grabbed one of Toya's little boys, he tried to unzip Quad's like thing to see her boobs. They joked about the orgy that Simone talked about. So they talk about parenting. They say also, they touch on Heavenly having that infamilk on the house. Oh, Lord. So she says that, because remember, all of us were thinking that she might have a secret grandchild. Well, she says that her husband is allergic to milk, so he uses it for his cereal. He uses baby powder milk for his cereal. So this doctor does not use coconut milk, almond milk, soy milk, oat milk. He uses Enfamil. Okay.
Stop saying that out loud so people can hear how crazy you really are.
Does she think we're delusional? Okay. So, as it relates to Heavenly's sister, she says that she thanks Sweet Tea about the comment that she made about Heavenly's mom being in hell because apparently that caused her sister to reach out. Whatever.
Clap if you care. Clap if you care.
Then it is time for the husband segment. So the first question goes for Dr. Greg, and it's about Phaedra. Did she really ask him for $4,000 a month? And he says, yeah, she did. Phaedra told him that if she wanted to be exclusive, then he needed to provide for her. He didn't have it, so it didn't happen. Andy asks, did anything else happen between y'all? And Greg says, not in real life. He says that he imagined it would go further, but it didn't really. I was just like, wrong road, Greg. Wrong road. Cecile is asked about his golfing friend. He hasn't talked to her since he broke up with her. And Curtis says that him and Jackie are in a good path. So then they take a look at the scenes of the season and they talk about Greg, who invited a stripper to the wedding. He says he was joking. Eugene talks about something gross that I'm not even going to repeat. Damon is still sad about his daughter leaving, and Greg says that he regrets faking that robbery on Sweet Tea. And I was like, yeah, you better regret it because that was so messed up. Who does that? It was funny that they talked about how Toya is so critical of the dates that Eugene plans, and Damon jumps in saying, well, my wife doesn't care. If I take her to a parking lot, we'll be happy together. Okay, so then they address Dr. Kemma. So he says that when he came to this country, he heard the phrase, happy wife, happy life. And he takes objection to that because it implies that the man's happiness is overshadowed by the woman's happiness and that it doesn't matter. He says that he knows that there are men in this country who are miserable and their mental health is in the trash because their happiness is not valued. He says that his comment about women running things isn't about American society, it's about personal relationships between a marriage, a man and a woman. Obviously, women don't run things in the country. He knows that. He thinks that his comments were taken out of context. So Eugene jumps in saying that, well, me and my wife are equal. And Kemma says, I'm sorry, but I don't think it should be 50-50. I think it should be 51-49 because at the end of the day, there's going to be decisions that y'all are going to disagree on, and there's going to be a leader who needs to take charge. So there was a question to Kemma about, and I can't remember the exact words, but I remember the ending said, you live in America, get over it. And I found that to be extremely xenophobic and offensive.
I found that comment to be very suspect.
America is a country of different cultures, so telling someone that is an immigrant to conform to the country and forget their customs is so wrong. It's colonizer ideology. I did not like this appropriating comment at all. In the dressing room, Jackie is so assertive. She's saying, It is ignorance to hear Kemma's comments. It's pure ignorance.
How dare you?
Jackie, I know you freaking lying. You were the last person to be talking about ignorance, my love. Your stuff was literally swept up under the rug last episode, and y'all talked about it for 5 minutes, and then you intended to pin this on Quad. You were the last person to be talking about ignorance and taking accountability. This woman is so messy and has zero self-awareness. Alicia says, we are partners. We are working together. And Toya is coming for her. And here's the thing. Everyone is so caught up on the word trained. Oh my gosh. A human can't be trained. We're all trained. I'm sorry to cut this out for y'all, but we're all trained. We're trained to get up in the morning. We're trained to do our jobs. We're trained to drive a certain speed limit. We're trained to stop when the light is red. We're all trained. So stop it. They also keep questioning him on his sex life and oral sex, which I think it's really inappropriate. Eugene and Toya really don't like Kemma's views and his beliefs, and it's understandable. Listen, Eugene thinks that getting biscuits thrown at him is some sort of foreplay, and he might think that having his penis size ridiculed on national television is funny, and maybe he likes that his woman has them traveling like nomads, jumping from home to home. But I hated how they handled this. Everyone needs to mind their business. Okay, then they all reconvene, the husbands and the wives, but there's an extra chair. And Lord Apollo Nida is back. And that's where the episode ended, so the next week we'll get the final conclusion. I will say the second part was better than the first, but it got me really mad.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy that you would do.
Because, again, I'll repeat, nobody, absolutely nobody, needs to agree with Kemma's views, but to tell him to change them because he's in America and that the American way is the only way, I did not like that. I did not like the way they treated Sweet Tea, especially a topic about a sensitive health topic. It was unexcusable, really. And Heavenly, ooh, she is so pressed. She is so pressed when it comes to Sweet Tea. It's actually embarrassing to see how she reacts. Listen, Sweet Tea, I love her, so I'm rooting for her. But y'all, let me know what y'all thought about this part of the second part of the reunion for Married to Medicine. Also, a quick shout out: if you guys have time, please go watch the Married to Medicine recap that Buffy Purnell and the one and only queen of the show, Mariah Huck, did last night, because I promise y'all are going to be on the floor laughing and y'all are going to have a good time. So shout out to them, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. I'll catch y'all next time. You have a great one.